Welcome back to Escape for Love.
Welcome back. My name's Brady.
And I'm Jasmin.
And we're just two game masters with no games to master, so we're going to talk about game mastering games this whole time.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Or coming for the first time.
Welcome. What?
I was trying to get along with I was trying to synchronize the welcomes.
Yeah, that didn't work.
It didn't.
Okay, so...
So today's topic is going to be angry players.
Yeah.
Which is something that it's just a nice, fun topic. We work in a service industry, an entertainment service industry, so someone's always going to be mad about something.
I think anyone who, works in that industry can relate to it, and we have, specific versions of that. I mean, we do have typical customer service things, but we also have specific escape room things.
Yeah, we have uniquely angry people. Not just your average run-of-the-mill angry person, but like a very special breed of angry people.
That's true. And we have another giveaway today.
We do.
We have a new segment that we're going to try out, and hopefully our sound is a little bit better this time.
Yeah, I have my own microphone this time.
He did before, but we messed it up. Anyway. Yeah. It's all good.
Our giveaway today, I'm not going to spoil it like I did last time, but I can say that Jasmin has to keep it behind her because I would not pay attention the whole time if we had the giveaway out, because I would probably be messing with it.
I actually want the giveaway myself too, even though it's, maybe not as exciting as the last one for you guys, but I really want it.
So. For us, who we are as people, our little 5-year-old brains would love this giveaway.
Yes, that's so cool. And that's pretty much what we'll be covering today, right?
Yeah.
All right.
But before we get into the topic, we're going to go over the escape room news.
That's right.
The news, our news intro music.
Okay. Escape room news. So, I have a few things that are newsworthy here in the escape room community. Thank you for everyone who wrote in to me. Please keep it coming for the next one. It's very fun to see all the new stuff that's happening. Anyway, news item number 1. It is... some of you may have heard this already, but if you haven't, this is a very exciting thing. It is the Escape the Rumors PI program.
Yes.
That's right. So if you don't know Escape the Rumors, they're quite a big review website. They have lots of videos. They have award shows. They're a big up-and-coming sort of team in the escape room world, and they have this really cool new program called the Escape the Rumors PI program. And you, if you're a big escape room fan, you can actually sign up to play games with them for free. They're complimentary games. You're going to be a part of...
For free?
That's right. For free. They're complimentary games because their games are because they are professional reviewers. And so you can be a part of their team and play like rooms all over the world virtually.
So as a part of their team, you will also be reviewing the rooms, right?
That's right.
So you play the rooms, you review the rooms, so you have to be an opinionated person.
Yeah. Yes.
You have opinions.
You can read more about it on their website just to make sure that you're qualified and that's something you want to do. And it's a great opportunity. Go to their website, escapetherumors.com. I was actually a PI last week.
Private investigator?
That's right, with them. And I played a game with them, which was super fun. It was it was a really fun experience, and I really recommend it.
Yeah, and also, Jasmin didn't know I was going to do this because it's more work for her, but we will also include a link to their website underneath this video if you're watching. And I don't know if we can attach a link to just the podcast there too.
News item number 2. Wisecracks Comedy Escape Room newly opened in Alliance, Ohio. Hosts has 2 rooms full of fun and laughs.
2 rooms?
Jack in the Box has a virtual option to Sister Shop to Troll Hole Museum and Mad Dog's Crazy Cats Cafe.
Virtual online.
creating a tourist destination in historic Main Street using art and passion. Keep small businesses alive.
Small businesses
That's
alive.
right. Check them out on wisecracksescaperoom.com.
We will also include a link for that, probably. Maybe.
For sure.
Yeah, there's a link.
Yep, you can just click the link or go to www.wisecracksescaperoom.com. It is a new comedy escape room.
News item number 3. Slightly escape room related, mostly escape, reset, reload related. I, 1 week ago from tomorrow, got engaged.
Oh my god!
This is my ring. I also have an engagement ring because I want to brag to people that I'm engaged, just like my fiance does. We are planning a wedding. It's going to be matrimonial, and it's going to be in like 2 years. So if you want to go get to know me really well, it's going to be a small venue so far. So yeah, I'm excited. Me and my fiance, her name's Risa. She's beautiful and funny and
Risa.
great. Hey, Risa.
Congratulations.
So we're going to get married. So I need this podcast to do really well so she doesn't think that I'm a failure and disagree to marry me.
Help him out.
Yeah, thanks. I would appreciate that, y'all. But yeah, that's my escape room news. I'm now not able to escape this relationship because we are verbally contracted to get married, and I'm excited about it.
You're a lucky guy. News item number 4. We're a small company of 3 friends creating escape games in our spare time. We started with a 3-day road trip escape game event, but after just one successful event, COVID came with all its travel restrictions. We now have 2 digital regular games and for 2 for children aged 8 to 14. One of the regular games can also be played in groups, for example, as a company event. And you can find their games at wackywheels.nl/escape-games. wackywheels.nl/escape-games. You can check them out there. They have some exciting stuff. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the news for today. Okay, let's that's it, right?
So we're going into today's topic, which is
Angry
players. That was delivered perfectly. So for today's angry players, before we start talking about angry players, let's talk about angry players. So by that I mean, we talked about earlier working in like retail, service industry jobs.
Yeah.
Like when you're a waiter or when you work in retail, angry customers is like 45 to 50% of the job. But when you work in escape rooms, like we work in entertainment, and like while almost every player gets angry to some extent about something throughout their whole experience, very rarely do people leave mad.
Yeah, and also they want to be there.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Especially, most of the time someone has booked it and they're like excited to be there.
Yeah.
You do occasionally though have people who were not really signing up for it and didn't know what they were doing. Like people in the group who was like, "What is this?" Yeah. And there's some of that too.
Yeah. Just talking generally about angry, so like it's more irritated players than angry players, I think. So like at some point in every room, there's always a puzzle someone gets stuck on, and they get mad because they can't solve the puzzle. And instead of it being their lack of competence, they generally that sounds harsh, but instead of it being their inability to solve the puzzle, they blame the puzzle and therefore blame us.
Yeah. Okay, let me do a disclaimer. First of all, we are we're game masters, and so we watch a lot of different players. Just we don't judge you when you're playing, except we kind of do. We do that. We do, but also we remember that we played it ourselves, and the first time we were not perfect either. And so we're judging kind of, but also keeping in mind that, we know some of it is really difficult. It's just like when we know what to, because we've seen it so many times now that we're like, oh my God, what are you doing? Yeah. Well, maybe what we did was even more stupid. So
of all 9 games that we operate, I didn't in time escape like 4 of them
without hints, at least.
Oh, I didn't escape any without. Oh no, I did Da Vinci's without hints. That's it. Yeah, I know, right? Weird.
Doesn't make sense. It's a
of
really
all the
difficult
ones
one.
to do with no hints, it was Da Vinci.
Yes. So I just wanted to say that, but with angry players, we do judge you because it's unreasonable.
Yeah, there's no reason to like just get so spicy. And my favorite though, while it is annoying, sometimes it's just really entertaining to watch someone get so mad at a puzzle that you know is so simple because you watched like a 12-year-old do it earlier. You know what I mean? And it's not, it's just some people are good at some puzzles and some people are good at others. Very rarely is anyone good at all of them. And so like people just get so mad and they're like, this puzzle's bull crap and this and that. It's like, no, you're just not good at that puzzle and that's okay.
Yeah. There was a really fun one where there was a dad and his like 15, 16-year-old son, and they were working on like a 12-piece puzzle, and you have like very kind of limited, it's a very stressful time in the game where you have to finish it really fast, but there's only 12 pieces and they're big and it's like outlined. Anyway, the dad was like not helping and yelling at his son who was doing stuff, and then he dropped them on the floor. He had to pick them back up and start over again, and like you have to kind of collaborate and hold the pieces, and the dad wasn't like, he was like, hold the pieces please, and he was like, come on. He was so angry with them. I'm like, you're yelling at your son.
They get angry with each other.
Yeah.
Speaking, I've got a good angry player story as far as getting angry with each other. Yeah. And it's I'm the angry player, or I'm one of the angry players.
Really?
Yeah. So I can't
believe it.
The game that got
I'm
shut out.
I'm judging you right now. Teddy is judging you right now.
Fox in the Box, before they closed. So Fox in the Box was a great location, had a lot of really fun games, and they had one nightmare game. I'm talking like even the employees, after I played the game and I talked to some of the staff there, they're like, we as a group hate this game. Like, it is our hardest game, but when we say hardest, we mean like most difficult, not like enjoyable hard. Like, it's just a hard game. It was called Tesla's Mystery or something.
You told me about that. Yeah.
It was a nightmare of an escape room. It really was. So the way that, like, here are the things that irritated me. One, they had like puzzles to where you had to like do a puzzle and you get a code, and the way you had to plug the code into a suitcase, you had to plug it in like backwards.
This is not spoiler, right?
Well, it's not a game anymore. It's shut down.
It could be. Fox and Box is a chain. They're all over the world.
Okay. Well, there's not really a spoiler, but like there was something about the way you had to put a code into something that was like backwards, and there was no way to know it was backwards unless you asked for a hint and burned the hint.
Yeah.
And there was also like one question at one point that was, you had to know the capital of a country. What? You just had to know it, like outside knowledge, which is a huge no-no for escape rooms generally. Like having to bring outside knowledge. And then on top of all this, once you like get into the second area of the room, everything's dark and it's just so much harder. And then a part of the puzzle glitched. And we had 1 minute left, and the part that glitched was like the final key that you get. And so we were just like, what's going on? And it was me and my now fiance were in there. We were so mad, and we were getting so mad at each other. And we were trying to keep it cool because we had a really nice game master who was just watching us like look at these two getting just heated and wanting to like swing on each other and everything in the room. And because of that, I never judge anyone who gets angry in a room, because I was ready to fist fight my fiance in that room, and she had nothing to do with it. It's just an infuriating room. And so, like, when people get mad at our rooms, it's like, oh, this is your Tesla. Like, of course you want to fist fight this person that you're in here having a great time with, because the puzzles are making you mad.
And I've gotten this question so many times, like, is escape rooms a good first date? And I'm like, no. Second date, yes. Wait. Any other date than the first date, unless, I mean, for some people maybe yes, but I've seen it brings the worst and the best out of people sometimes. And I saw a couple who went on a date together, and the guy was he was almost abusive. I really wanted to go over the mic and be like, leave him.
He's not worth it.
No, he was so mean. He was so mean to her, and she was like scared and stressed. She didn't solve much. She was like, he was like, yeah.
Slightly off of our main topic, but just going off of the first dates thing, I had a man come in 2 nights in a row, separate nights. I worked both nights. He came in for a first date and played Red Giant, and they escaped with like 5 to 10 minutes. And then the next night, he came in with a first date with a different woman and did not escape the second night. He was like, I was like, oh, didn't I see you here yesterday? And he was like, shut up. I was like, okay, I don't know who you are, man. Oh, your waiver's already in because you've been here before, I guess. And then he did the room, and they got stuck. They got stuck in the puzzle that you were just talking about.
Oh, that's so funny.
And they never made it out. And, oh, God, it's hilarious. I can tell who he took on a second date, and it was not the girl from the second night, unfortunately, because he was not happy leaving. So that's how I tie it back in. He wasn't happy with his second date. Angry players.
Angry players.
So we talked about angry players. Also included in that, I feel, is angry game masters. Have you ever?
It's not. I don't think it is.
But I feel like it's relevant enough to bring up. Do you not want to expose yourself? Is that what this is? So we won't talk about us being angry game masters.
I don't want to talk about my personal anger issues.
No, I get that. Yeah, some people, like being a game master is great and all, but like if you cannot control your anger, you shouldn't have a job where you watch someone over a screen complete tasks that seem simple to you but are not simple to them because they've never been introduced to these tasks before. I've seen game masters infuriated. I have been a mad game master before.
Really? Like,
yes.
I've seen irritation. We call it operator rage.
Operator rage, yeah. But no, so my thing is, if someone is in the room and they know that we can see and hear them, they know that my job is to, like, voyeurize them. I don't know if that's a proper verb. To voyeur them. I'm watching you, right? They know that. They know I can hear them. They know I can see them. And they're just going to talk bad about me while they're in the room. It's always people who get stuck on a puzzle and they're like, this crappy room, these hints are terrible, this, and that. And it's like, I just want to come over the mic and just be like really mean to them, but obviously I can't. But one time I did forget my mic was on and told someone else, this guy's being a real like jackass or something like that. And then I realized my mic was on. You didn't. But they didn't hear me.
Oh, thank God.
They didn't hear me. The dude left the room. Like, I went to go talk to him afterwards, and I was shaking. I was so scared that they were going to be like, I heard you call me a jackass. Because I did, because he was. But he was just like, this was really fun. And I was like, it was really fun. Let's talk about it for 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's my experience, too, sometimes. I have players that I'm watching, and they're, like, so annoyed with everything. They're so irritated and stressed out. And when they come out, they were like, that was amazing. I'm like, what? I thought you hated it. You were so angry.
I've only had like 3 games in total where they leave upset. But almost every game I have, someone gets upset at some point in the game.
Yeah.
But they're always by the end of it because they've accomplished it. They're ready to, like, even if they don't escape the room, even if they get stuck halfway through, they're still like, this was fun. I felt like I was really tested, which I mean is the point. So, like, we're doing our job, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a story from a game master, Kelly Glaubig. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but this is really funny. I thought it was a funny story.
Jasmin thinks it's funny.
I think it's funny.
If you think it's funny, irrelevant. Jasmin finds it hilarious.
So I'm gonna talk about it. So I'm just gonna read her story.
Okay. I will do commentary because I've heard the story before.
Try not to interrupt me though. Jesus. Like, wait until there's a gap.
Okay. When Jasmin breathes, it's my turn to speak.
Okay. There was a puzzle that involved placing a jewelry box in a certain spot. The jewelry box is the first prop you see in the room and has the note on how to get started in it. It very clearly looks like a jewelry box.
Okay.
2 older guys came and played the room together. So they started out great, read the note that was in the jewelry box, and they figured out where to place the jewelry box.
Got it.
But they didn't know what a jewelry box was, apparently.
Pause real quick. I think I heard the story a long time ago, so I don't remember a lot of the details. I didn't reread it before Jasmin was producing it because I want to react genuinely to it. I feel like this is leading towards like a toxic masculinity. I don't know what a jewelry box is because I'm a dude, because I'm that's where I think this is going. Let's see.
Really? Okay. Okay.
I think that means I'm spot on by her reaction.
They were native English speakers, didn't know. It didn't matter that they just opened a box that had jewelry in it, read the note inside, and pulled some jewelry out of it. They just didn't know. So they grabbed a small antique clock on the other side of the room and placed it in the spot. They started getting mad that it wasn't working. Okay. They radioed me and told me the puzzle was broken. I informed them that he had been placing the wrong object and they would need a jewelry box. He started getting snappy and insisted that he was placing the jewelry box. I politely informed him that what he was placing was a clock, not a jewelry box.
So Kelly, I love Kelly, and she's a very timid lady. One thing I do remember about this story is where she was working at the time, they did not have a microphone in the room. It was walkie-talkies. So I'm imagining Kelly, this very like sweet girl, coming over a walkie-talkie telling a grown man, "Sir, that is indeed a clock." The clock in your hand is a clock, not a jewelry box. The box with jewelry, that's probably a jewelry box. Just in the most like sweet, like please don't hate me kind of voice.
I just don't get it. After a beat of silence, they both went, "Oh," and put the clock back. Then they went and pulled all the jewelry out of the jewelry box and placed the loose jewelry where the jewelry box should be.
Okay.
They started getting mad again and radioed me. So I told them, it looks like they're just placing loose jewelry and they're going to need the box. They asked me where they're supposed to find a jewelry box. I asked them, where did you get the jewelry?
A box?
They say from a box in the corner. Complete silence. I was expecting them to piece it together once they say it out loud. They did not. The other guy yelled, "Are you going to help us or not?" So I just connected those final dots for them and said, "Do you think the box where you got the jewelry from is the jewelry box?"
I love it.
Another beat of silence, then a chorus of "oh." After that, they handled the room fine and no more problems.
So these men took the jewelry out of the box, put it there, and they were like, "We did it." Like they were like, we nailed it. We took the jewelry out of the box, we put it there.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Clearly, your puzzle is broken. That is the most often thing you hear. It's your puzzle's broken.
No, you're broken.
No, you just did it wrong. No, I'm sorry. Can you try again? Maybe people get angry about just not being able to solve things fast enough, especially competitive players.
Have you ever run into trouble? Because I've vaguely noticed this before, but generally people aren't really super offended by it. But I could see where it could come, especially with that story. Players, when we try to avoid at all costs ever telling them what to do, right?
Yeah.
As we give hints, we want to nudge them in the right direction.
Yeah.
So you're never gonna say that box is the jewelry box. You say maybe where the box where you got the jewelry from. And you want them to finish the sentence for you. Have you ever had a player when you're trying to slowly nudge them towards something obvious, they feel like you're being sarcastic and rude? Because I could see if I were in a room and someone was like, maybe the box where you got the jewelry is the jewelry box, I'd be like, oh, maybe you're kind of I'd immediately be like,
for
all
sure.
right.
But it totally depends on your delivery, and Kelly, so do I, and so her voice is very polite. She's a badass chick, but she's very polite and careful.
Everything
with how she talks.
says is like a gift of knowledge.
There was one time where we had a party of people who were all drunk, and it's really tricky. Yeah. I'm sure any game masters out there know that there's you don't always know where the line is, and it's really difficult to. It's tricky. It's just tricky. So the group were gonna play one of our thrill theater rooms that have live actors, and it's a long, crazy ride, and the game master was like, "Are you sure you're okay to do this? You can come back. We'll try to honestly, we're quite we were quite strict with our policies and stuff. But when that happened, we weren't busy, and so they were like, you can come back, and they were like, no, we're totally fine. We're gonna play it now. And they were really
I'm totally a good player.
Yeah, but it wasn't it was the first. This game master had never refused anyone, and she did ask several times and felt okay, maybe they can do it, and then she told them the rules, and
was this her first intoxicated group too?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And so she was explaining the rules, and one of the rules is like there's something that I'm trying not to spoil anything, but they're put in a certain position, and you are not supposed to get out of that position until you actually solve it. You can cheat, kind of, but so she tells them, like, don't do this.
Okay.
If you do that, the game is over.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to get out. So don't do this. Okay. She starts the game. 3 seconds in, the woman does the thing. And she's like, okay. She shuts the game down. Yeah. And she's like, I'm sorry. You guys were not, like, I was telling you the rules very clearly. Yeah. And you guys are all drunk and, like, not listening. And they were so angry with her. And she's like, this little game master. I was like, I'm so sorry.
There's 2 kinds of reactions for a game master to an angry group, and it's either you will not do this. Like, if you're gonna get mad at me, you have no right to do that. I'm the game master here. And then there's the, like, I'm so sorry, please don't be mad at me.
I know.
It's just like
scary when there's a group of several people.
I can imagine, yeah.
Oh my god, I had this group who were like super miserable in one of the games, and then a new group who was so excited was like after them. Yeah. They walked past and it was like, hope you guys have a better time than we did. And I was like, great. So the other game master was taking that group in, and I heard that, and I was like the manager, and I was like, hi, like, you know, what was wrong? I didn't hear that anything went wrong. They were just not, they didn't like it, you know? That's lame. When you don't like it, okay, that sucks, I understand. And so it was like, oh, what did I say? I offered him like 25% discount for another game. Yeah. Just to be like, oh, I'm sorry you didn't like it, you know, because I knew our game master did their best, and it's a sick game. They're just, obviously, their tastes of games are bad. No. But I offered 25% because... Is
that the equivalent of us saying your puzzle's broken? Clearly their taste is bad. That's why they didn't enjoy the game.
It is, exactly. So yeah, I offered him 25%, and he said, I think 50% sounds good. Positive reviews.
Please tell him you didn't give it to him.
I don't remember.
We're going to say Jasmin did not give that to them.
No. I feel that, you know, I can get pretty frustrated with a puzzle, and sometimes I get irritated with game masters because I know as a game master that they're not like paying attention, or 2, they're just half-assing it, or I'm just like, there was I played an escape room in Big Bear, and a puzzle sort of didn't work and they wouldn't open. And the game master came into the room, which is like, we really try to avoid that unless it's like an emergency. Yeah. We'll try to talk the person through it over the mic to not ruin the immersion. And I was like, what is this person doing here? And they were like, oh yeah, so this didn't work, so I'm gonna just skip that and tell you what you need for the next thing. I'm like, whoa. Can't you like press something in the system so that it unlocks? Like, no, that doesn't work. I'll have to shut the game off. I'm like, oh my god. So you know, some people don't have. Some people, you know, it's a smaller company. They might not have like a huge cool system or whatever. But I was like frustrated, and I was like, well, do you have spare parts? Anywhere? Do you have backups? Okay, like, is there any way? Like, we literally lost that on that whole puzzle.
Yeah, that's lame.
And I was irritated. I could have been nicer. I'm sorry, but it was just like, what? How did it? So I guess I've been angry in a room too before.
Well, so you guys remember earlier when she judged me for saying I was the angry player?
Yeah, Teddy's judging me too now.
How does the crow taste? Do you know what that term means? I know that you're...
Yeah, I do. I'm foreign, so...
She said have you heard the term chin wag? I've never heard that term. When we were coming up with names, she was like, what was it?
Escape room chin wag.
Escape room chin wag, and that just sounds wrong.
That's why we're not called
that. Call it escape. But it's a fun term. So.
Oh my god! Also, we're idiots. Can I tell you that?
Yeah, probably.
Because I was gonna say this right away. Escape, reset, reload. We were like, oh yeah, all game masters know what this means. No, it's specific to our system.
That's embarrassing.
So I'm sure you've heard the words reset. You probably say reset and maybe even reload. I don't know, but apparently it's specific to our escape room system. So it's not. We
already published the names,
but
so it's still gonna be there.
Yeah, whatever.
That's fine.
Also,
so now you're in on it with us.
Speaking of angry people, and kind of also news, because this is big. Brady,
yes,
We have our first hater.
We have a hater?
Yeah.
Who? What do they hate?
Well, they hate us, or like...
Oh, I hope it's me specifically.
No, it's not, because, we told people not to. No, honestly, this was so funny and weird.
What does it say?
I'm gonna find it again.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know how he stumbled upon our podcast, because he's not following us. I doubt that he's listened to us, but he said the podcast that no one wanted. And I'm like, who are you?
That's such a low effort hate comment. At least do something specific. Hurt our feelings.
I just thought it was so funny, because I'm like, it's not like, maybe like 7 people are listening and watching.
No, it's factually inaccurate, because I can name 2 people that wanted this podcast, and we are sitting right here looking at each other.
You know what? I wanted to say that, but then I said, like, our moms are excited, so at least 2 people wanted it.
Boom.
Boom.
My dad's excited too.
Well, so I know a couple people, okay? And also, I gotta say, we had like 72 views on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
We've made
Killing it, yeah. We're viral.
I cannot believe, I thought please get at least 30 views.
Yeah.
And we have 72.
And I only watched it 40 times myself.
So at least 30 something.
Yeah, so 30 of them are legit views.
Unless, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. And also, some people have listened on Spotify and stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
We're not doing this for you. I'm sorry if you're tuning in now and you think that we're here for you. We're not. We're here so we have an excuse to sit here and talk to each other for an hour.
Yes and no, I'm here for you too. Because I want to talk to them about it too.
Yeah. We'll interact with you. I'm here to talk to Jasmin.
Aw. That's nice. I'm here to talk to you too, but I also love like how people have responded and said things. I feel that.
It's like we're engrossing ourselves in the community.
Yeah, we want to be a part of the community. Please include us. But yeah, so that was funny. We have the hater. We have a hater. Oh my God, that's a good sign.
Please contact us directly. We can set up. We have a really cool back alley parking lot that we can set up a fist fight in if you really.
Dude, I just feel like when you get a hater this early on, it's only gonna get, that means we're blowing up, dude.
All press is good press, right? Isn't that a term? Publicity.
Publicity. How did he find us? He does not.
He obviously has stalked him. Amazing podcast with beautiful people to hate on, and we popped up first.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was so funny, and I was also like, spreading joy in 2021. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I thought so too. It was like, nobody wants another freaking podcast and whatever. But so what? Like, why did you feel he felt strongly enough to comment on it? I'm flattered.
Jasmin, I think it was Rick. I think Rick is jealous that me and Jasmin are sitting here talking for an hour, and so he had to go hate on it.
Yeah, I don't think so, because Rick commented right above it.
Rick did?
Yeah.
Rick's our number 3 fan after both of our moms.
Fan, yeah. Hi, Rick.
Hey,
okay,
Rick.
So, today's sponsor.
Today's sponsor, yeah. So today's sponsor actually comes to you from, Mel Gibson's School of Anger Management.
Really?
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
That one?
Not the one you're thinking of. Not the one you're thinking of.
Not the famous Mel Gibson.
Yeah, no, it's 2 L's. In
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson.
Like M-E-L-L. Mm-hmm. Gibson.
Yeah, because that want nothing to do with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, no, we're not affiliated with
Mel
Mel Gibson. No, yeah. this Mel Gibson. Mel with 2 L's. He was so tired of being associated with,
the gross Mel Gibson.
Yeah. So Mel Gibson with 2 L's, School of Anger Management. He wanted to sponsor this video because if you're an angry player, go to Mel Gibson's. Go ahead, tell them about where they meet every week and like what the class is like.
Okay, so surprisingly, there's a few venues all over the U.S. There's one in Oklahoma. There's one in New York, somewhere in New York.
Probably Brooklyn.
Okay, and then there's Hanover, New Jersey, and then there's in Orange County, of course. A lot of angry people in OC. So there's an app for it.
Yeah.
Which is called Mel Anger Management.
Yeah.
I think. And so you can go on the app and you can find local meetings. There's forums like where you can chat with other angry people, and there are therapists, so you can subscribe and get.
They're not licensed, but they're.
No, they're not licensed therapists.
Yeah, they're there. They'll talk to you.
They're there. I think they're like, they're volunteers. They're previously like victims to
prior anger
issues who have overcome it.
Anger managers.
Yeah.
Once you graduate, you are legally considered an anger manager.
Okay, yeah. So check it out. It's if you're an angry player, it's for you.
It is for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, and then one last little segment that we have today before the giveaway. Instead of designing an entire escape room, me and Jasmin are going to really quick design the most infuriating puzzle ever.
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge for me because I'm panicking already.
So I'm going to say, to start off with, it is a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that...
wait, 1,000 pieces.
1,000 pieces. It's the first puzzle of the room.
It's a sky.
It's of the sky, yeah. And
so blue with a little bit of clouds.
Yes, no edge pieces.
Very hard to find.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no indicator if you've put a piece in the wrong place. And nothing fits perfectly.
It's a low quality. They're kind of tricky. So when you put them in, you're like, oh, that fits. But then you figure out it's not.
It does not fit. Yeah.
It does not fit.
Exactly. Every time you put a piece, though you are not told when you get it wrong, every time you put a piece in the wrong place, you lose 30 seconds off your game time.
But they don't tell you?
No, but you don't know.
You don't?
You don't know. That's a surprise for the end.
No, but is that it? Like, there's got to be more to this puzzle.
Once you finish putting the puzzle together, because it's on the wall, right? You put the puzzle,
yeah.
Once you finish putting it together, the next puzzle...
Wait, are they magnetic or will they fall off?
They're like very worn out magnets.
Like
we
our
recycle
12-piece puzzle.
Yeah. Once you get it on the wall, it pushes it off, and then you have to put it together on the opposite wall. That's it. I think that's enough for the... Do you want to make it more infuriating?
No, that's already horrible.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I guess now we just have the giveaway before we're done.
Yes, we have a giveaway. It's a little maze ball. I'm going to go get it.
It's a maze ball.
Thanks, Teddy. It's a maze ball.
One of those ones that's got the little ball that you do the maze.
Yeah, and it's hard.
It's blue.
Sorry. It is hard difficulty. And we got to figure out what people got to do to win this thing, because I haven't thought of it.
Okay, well...
Putting you on the spot here.
I feel like you need to comment on our video and talk about how amazeballs we are. I think the word amazeballs.
Okay, so the code word is amazeballs.
Amazeballs, yeah, and you have to incorporate it.
That is a great code word. Do they have to comment just on the YouTube video? So you who are listening, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to check out the YouTube video too.
Or
don't even watch
YouTube.
it. Just go on there and comment.
Yeah. Let's just do comment on the YouTube. The word amazeballs has to be incorporated smoothly. If you just say amazeballs, you're not getting it. But if you say, wow, Brady's outfit is amazeballs and Jasmin's pretty cool, that works.
But and also, fucking congratulations, you just got engaged. That's amazeballs.
I know. See, there's so many ways to do this. The most creative option wins, and if you're not creative, you lose.
So all of those of you who are listening, I think there's about 5 of you. Thank you so much. I love it, and it makes a huge difference.
To that one guy who hates us, thank you, because you really give us the energy to move forward. It inspires me
to keep going.
Yeah, you really invigorated us. We are the podcast that nobody wanted, but everyone
wanted this podcast, and guess what? We're having so much fun.
This is fantastic. We're not stopping anytime soon, bud.
And for those of you who do kind of like it, thank you for all your cool feedback that we've gotten recently, and keep coming with the suggestions. And do we know what next episode is? We have a lot of things to choose from that we thought of.
I think my suggestion, which this is no promise, my suggestion for the next room is just about hints and nudges. I think we can really go far with hints and nudges.
Okay.
We also have the option of malfunctions.
That's true. Stupid players. High tech, low tech.
High tech versus low tech rooms. I feel like we could really discuss.
And this one I'm very excited about. Competitive versus here to have a good time players.
That's a big difference that I don't think.
And also, we're most likely going to have a guest on the next episode.
We will. Someone will be here. Somebody cool. Somebody cool. Amazeballs.
Somebody amazeballs.
If you're listening, I just did a really, really like cool wink to the camera. So if you weren't watching, just imagine me winking in a really seductive.
He's being very seductive. Can you do it with your voice, maybe?
Whoever's gonna be here next week, they're gonna be amazeballs. Wink. Ew. That was, and on that note, I think that we have really nailed this one.
We're very unlikable. I know that. Okay. So but we love it so much.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
Yeah. I'm having a great time.
Mm-hmm. Right,
I hope you had fun. Yeah.
I'm Brady.
I'm Jasmin.
And this was episode 2 of Escape, Reset, Reload.